Friday night football. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the road in Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. My best bets are on the way. In this video, I have my favorite player prop, talk about who I think wins and covers in this game, and maybe we'll talk about some other things at the end of the video. If you are new, my name's Austin. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving as this video goes live late on Thanksgiving Day, and hopefully you got to spend a lot of time with your friends and family, got to eat a bunch of food, and hopefully you got to win all your bets that you posted in those Thanksgiving Day games. Hopefully they were good games, as I don't know how they went as this video I'm recording on Wednesday afternoon. But either way, we're going to dive into our picks in just one moment. I'll recap how the other ones did later in life, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you are new, do me a favor, go down below, like and subscribe. We'll have a bunch of videos for NFL Sunday, as we always do every single week. My last note before we dive into things, Underdog Fantasy, they have a free square right now for Patty Mahomes to get you 1 yard. I'll certainly do that. And of course, if you sign up using my code COS, you'll get that free square, and you'll get a match on your first deposit up to $1,000. You guys know we love Underdog Fantasy here, one of my trusted partners. We love doing things with them. I don't have any plays on Underdog. Well, technically my player prop is on Underdog. I actually had a better line, which I'll talk about in a second, but I really love Underdog. You guys know it. Use code COS. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 and give you that Patrick Mahomes free square. But my favorite pick for this game is going to be a player prop, and it's going to be a guy that actually has my same initials. He has my same last name, and that would be Aiden O'Connell. Under 36.5 pass attempts, minus 115 on BetMGM. My name's Austin O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell, hey, same thing. I'll go out there and absolutely lay an egg, and I'll get benched by halftime. That is the goal here. Now, Aiden O'Connell actually, weirdly enough, we backed his under in pass attempts earlier this season, and he got injured, and he has not played since that game, so hopefully he is back and ready to go. I hope he doesn't get injured again, but hey, we're not wishing injuries. That is a way to cash an under. I just like his under pass attempts. Like I said, with Underdog Fantasy, they actually had his line at 37.5 when I'm recording this. So if it's still 37.5, go and take it. Some books are even moving down to 35.5. But Aiden O'Connell is expected to start at quarterback for the Raiders in this game, as Gardner Minshew has a shoulder injury. O'Connell, as I said, returns back from a broken thumb. So I don't know how efficient he's going to be in this game. We'll see. But the reason I'm fading him here is I don't like the spot. Sure, they might be 2 touchdown underdogs, but I don't care. Only 2 quarterbacks have had 37 or more pass attempts versus the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. That's a pretty elite group right there. The other 9 all went under this line. So obviously getting to 37 pass attempts, you're going to need your team to be trailing, but you also have to be somewhat efficient. You can't just go out there, go 3 and out and expect to get, a ton of pass attempts. You have to consistently string together drives. And I don't know if O'Connell's going to be able to do that. We saw last year when he started briefly for the Raiders in some games, they were still a weird mess last year. 2 starts, he had 33 and 21 pass attempts. So did go under in both of them. One of the games they won. Obviously, if they win this game, perhaps Aiden O'Connell might have the Chiefs number. But the other one, they lost by 14. So it's not like, hey, Austin, hey, they won those games. They were really competitive. They had one game. They weren't that competitive. They were in a great passing game script. He just sucked. And that would not shock me again here. Aiden O'Connell, not the best QB, in my opinion. And look, the Chiefs, I like taking unders against them because this team has a great defense and their offense is pretty dang annoying. Why? Because the Chiefs, 4th in time of possession at over 32 minutes a game, and that increases slightly at home. Plus, we see the return of their starting running back, Isaiah Pacheco. Now, I don't know if Pacheco has a big day on Friday, but he's definitely going to be in there, and he's a pretty good runner. And at the same time, Kareem Hunt's been pretty good for him, and this is just the Chiefs team, I swear. When you watch the offense, there's no big plays coming your way, and it's just consistently getting 3, 5, 7 yards per play, chewing the heck out of the clock. So you will get the Raiders get the ball, they go 3 and out. They might not see the ball for 6 or 7 minutes. It's just what the Chiefs offense does. Very unlike what we've seen out of them in years past. They are where they used to be more quick strike. That's not the case here. There's just a lot of long drives, and that's why we see not a lot of QBs getting a lot of attempts, not a lot of running backs getting a lot of attempts either. And I know Gardner Minshew last week threw the ball 50-something times, but they had no healthy running backs. It'd be nice to see Alexander Madison. He was a limited practice participant. It would be nice to see him back out there. I still just don't think they need or want Aiden O'Connell to be throwing it 40-plus times in this game if they can avoid it. They got to be a little bit more balanced. Last week, no balance to them. They were throwing it left and right against the Broncos. I don't know if necessarily enough they're doing that as much here. I just don't see them getting a ton of plays off against the Chiefs offense that, like I said, can chew the heck out of the clock. So I really like this Aiden O'Connell under. I'm not going to mess with his under in pass attempts or pass yards or him to throw an interception or anything like that, or completions, because he could realistically go out there and complete 23 passes and have a really good completion percentage, but have them be like 3-yard completions. I'll just take the under in pass attempts. A lot has to go right for him to hit the 36.5. If somehow they lead in this game, he's not getting close to that. If he gets injured, if he sucks, he could get benched too, because I don't think he has a really a long leash on this starting job. Desmond Ridder, not any better, but still, I don't really see a lot of outcomes where Aiden O'Connell goes over. He has to be somewhat efficient, and they have to be able to string together some drives. And I'm just not confident they're able to do that. Even Bryce Young last week, he had a great game against this Chiefs defense, and he still didn't hit this over. And they were trailing basically the whole game until they tied it up late in that one. I like Aiden O'Connell under 36.5 pass attempts at minus 115 on BetMGM, my favorite play for this Friday night game. As for who I think wins and covers in this game, I'm not going to bet it. I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to do anything, it would be the Raiders plus 13.5. A lot of points in the divisional game. I'm not losing money on the Raiders. I refuse to. But the Chiefs just don't blow out a ton of teams, man. Even the Panthers last week, no one expected the Panthers to be competitive there. They just didn't blow them out. They just let them come back. And I could see that being the same case here. I don't know if I trust the Raiders a ton. I don't know if I trust Aiden O'Connell a ton. I would love for the Raiders to be leading at any point in this game. That would be great for us. Get a defensive score for all I care. But I would lean towards the Raiders. It's not my most confident spread pick of the week. We'll talk about all the spreads and stuff on NFL's. I think we posted that video on Friday. Sound like a Friday, so it might already be live, but I'll talk about that in a second. Again, I would lead the Raiders plus the 13.5, I think is the number that it is right now. I don't have a lot of confidence there. I just don't think I would want to lay 2 touchdowns with Pat Mahomes. He has never been a great player at covering those big numbers. Still wins. Obviously, it's Patrick Mahomes and whatever. They've only lost 1 game this season, but not sure I would want to take them 13.5. But in the same breath, I don't know how you get there with the Raiders unless you're just like, that's too many points for a divisional game. I'm probably out on that spread, though. So that is what I would lean. My favorite pick, though, and only one I'll have money on is Aiden O'Connell under 36.5 passing attempts. Now, as I said, we will have our NFL video where we talk about every single spread, money line, total, and every single game. That video should be live Friday, I want to say, around maybe noon or so. So when that is live, you can definitely go check that out. We've done a pretty good track record in terms of hitting all of those picks where we're just giving a pick for every single game, which is hard to do if you're betting every game. That's going to be hard to statistically win, but hey, we've done a pretty good job. So check out that video for more confident spread and total picks like that. Again, if you want to sign up for Underdog Fantasy, I certainly would appreciate it. Use code COS. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 and give you the Patrick Mahomes free square. There really weren't just a lot of props that I was looking at in this game. It's just not a lot to speak to me. This is just the Chiefs offense. We don't really know what we're going to see with Pacheco or Kareem Hunt. So hard to really get down for either of those 2 guys' yards. And then Patrick Mahomes, sure, maybe Kelsey, he's been inconsistent. DeAndre Hopkins, it's just a weird cast and crew. So I'm kind of out on this game entirely. I really like my Aiden O'Connell pick. I just don't see him getting to 37 pass attempts. It's going to be hard for him to get there. Hopefully the Raiders offense sucks and they just keep punting it and the Chiefs can just milk the heck out of the clock. I'm down for that, but that's going to be my only play officially in this game. Again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And apologies for recording a little bit early. Normally on Saturday, we will have a bunch more videos for the NFL, and we will. It might be a little bit delayed this week just because I'm traveling home from Orlando, which isn't too far away from where I live. But enough yapping for me. Again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. If you are new, my name's Austin. Do me a favor, subscribe and like. Hopefully we had a good Thanksgiving. Hopefully we can go for NFL. And hopefully we go 1-0 in this game. And then we'll move to Sunday's NFL slate where we got some good matchups. So hopefully we can dominate those when that NFL Week 13 Best Bets video is live. I'll link it right here. All the player props videos should be live sometime Saturday, just maybe a little bit later than normally you expect them to be live. Anyways, I'm done yapping. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have a great Black Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys in the future videos. See you then. Peace.